Graduands and guests, I now invite you to stand for the arrival of the university procession.
Please be seated. Deputy Chancellor, University Council, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, graduands' families, and your friends. It is with pleasure that I welcome you to Victoria University's graduation ceremony for the College of Arts and Education. My name is Naomi Dempsey and I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Students at Victoria University. I am also your MC today, and on behalf of my fellow Victoria University staff, I extend a warm welcome and congratulate all graduands on your fabulous achievements today. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, we acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Bunurong and Warrarung of the Kulin, who are the traditional owners of university land. As we share our own knowledge practices within the university, may we pay respect to the deep knowledge embedded within the Aboriginal community and their ownership of country. We acknowledge that the land on which we meet is a place of age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal, and that the Kulin people's living culture has a unique role in the life of this region. Before we commence today's proceedings, I would like to invite Ms. Janet Galpin, the Bunurong Foundation, to deliver the Welcome to Country. Welcome, Janet.
Thank you, Naomi. Presiding today, Ms Gay Hamilton, Deputy Chancellor. Wominjeka, welcome. I would like to pay my respect to my ancestors and to all of you here today for the Victoria University graduation ceremonies. Also to my elders, past, present, future, and to any emerging elders and leaders of our communities present here today. As a representative and family member of the Bunwarang, Melbourne's First People, I'm pleased to be able to welcome you all here today. We are especially pleased to recognise the commitment that you've made here today in paying respect to the spirit of this land and to its First Peoples. Through this, you have shown the willingness to honour sacred ground. The Bunwarang are custodians of the land that stretches from Wilson's Promontory all the way to the mouth of the Werribee River, encompassing both of our beautiful bays, Western Port and Port Phillip. So when you're walking or travelling around our country, you have been welcomed by us for all of your journeys. I also want to speak today of the 4 values that we all should share: celebrating, honouring, learning and respecting. Today we're celebrating this event and we are all also honouring sacred ground. And by doing this, we honour our community. Today is also a day of learning, and through learning, we respect each other. It is important for all Victorians and guests to understand and appreciate the history and the culture of the First Peoples of Melbourne, who've played a very significant role in the development of Melbourne, both before and after European arrival. And unfortunately, our First Peoples are unknown to many people who live in our land. The struggle to preserve their culture and traditions began with the ancestors in the 1830s. One of the lessons that we should take from this struggle was the way that the elders and the leaders of the day forged alliances that led to many of the achievements that we take for granted today. As Australians, while we may have all descended from different clans, different language groups, and from countries all across the world, we can learn from this lesson from our elders and the leaders of the days past. The word welcome in Bunwarang is Wominjeka, and it also translates to come with purpose, so very fitting for today. It is also a contract between the people as the custodians of this land and yourselves, and to ensure that our laws are adhered to and to guarantee safe passage for those who ask. According to tradition, this land has always been protected by the creator Bunjil, who travels as the eagle, and by Wan, who protects the waterways and travels as a crow. Bunjil taught the Bunwarang to always welcome guests, but he always required the Bunwarang to ask all visitors to make 2 promises that I will ask of you here today: to obey the laws of Bunjil and not to harm the children nor the land of Bunjil. This commitment was made through the exchange of a small bow dipped in the water and the spoken words, Wominjeka. Please now welcome Brent Watkins from Culture Evolves. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Janet and Brent. I would like to invite Mr. John King to present today's occasional address. John completed his graduate diploma in Education Secondary with Victoria University in 2013. In his career, working mainly with disengaged teenagers in alternative education settings, John has aimed to inspire lifelong learning in the people that he works with. In his current role as Head of Education Careers with The Huddle, the award-winning community not-for-profit of the North Melbourne Football Club, John supports young people in the Wyndham area to learn, grow and belong by designing and delivering programs which focus on the areas of careers and education, sports and recreation, digital skills and civic participation. John is also passionate about creative writing and storytelling and uses his role with The Huddle to help amplify the voices of young people in the community to ensure their perspectives are both heard and valued. Please welcome John King.
Good morning, Deputy Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honoured to be here with you this morning on your special day to share with you my own story and experience in education, both as a student and an educator. The first teaching job I took after graduating from Victoria University was with an alternative education centre in Melbourne's western suburbs. It was exactly where I wanted to be, working with disengaged young people in the hope of being able to inspire them and help them understand the benefits and opportunities that exist through being lifelong learners. In my time there, I was challenged every day and would reflect on each class and almost every interaction I had. I knew the way I made the young people in my classes feel could often be the biggest factor in whether they would continue to turn up or not. I quickly learnt that trust and respect is earned and not given. During my teaching degree, I came across this quote from Maya Angelou: "They won't remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel." And it is certainly something that held true, both at that school and in every education role I've had since. Those philosophies were very important to me as we worked with students who were suffering or had suffered unimaginable traumas in their educational experiences and family upbringings. I also learnt that to engage with young people, you need to understand them and get to know them on their terms. I learnt that each child you teach has a life story as unique and complex as your own. One story that has stayed with me was of a young woman, one of the most defiant people I've ever worked with, but also one of the brightest. There would be days where she would refuse to work. If ever I had to talk to her about her behaviour, she would get angry, aggressive, and would often cry. She didn't do this with the female staff, only with me. I knew something wasn't right. I couldn't have her behave like that in class, but I knew there had to be something serious happening in her world. I was mindful that if I was too hard with her, I would lose trust. Instead, any time she got angry with me, I asked her about her day, why she was angry, and what was happening at home. I let her know that I was concerned for her and encouraged her to speak with our counsellor. It took some time, but she eventually opened up and revealed that she had been abused as a young girl. Her father didn't know about it, and she felt that he hadn't protected her. She took her anger out on any male authoritarian figures in her life. If I had labelled that young girl as a troublemaker and not taken the time to understand why she was behaving the way she was, we would have lost her. Instead, she graduated, went on to TAFE, and has since forged a career in hospitality. Educators working with teenagers, especially the disengaged, do so at a critical point in their lives. They crave independence, but do not yet have a complete grasp on their identity. They are not only wanting to explore the world on their terms, but are often seeking approval and validation while they are doing it. Young people don't want to be told what to do or how to do it. They want to be supported, empowered, and given agency over the decisions that they make. More than anything else, young people best connect with educators who inspire them, make them feel safe, heard, and valued. The same was true of my education. When I was a teenager, I was lost. I dropped out of high school in year 11 and had no real direction in life. I come from a time when rote learning and copying down board notes made up the bulk of time in class. The teachers I had were largely uninspiring. My best memories of high school are from when I felt I had a say in my learning, felt I had a say in where my learning was headed, or where I felt there was relevance in what I wanted in life. I also remember certain teachers. not because of any love for the subject matter they covered, but because they made me feel valued and cared for. They saw the positives in me and guided me by connecting my learning to the passions in my life. It was one of those passions that brought me back to education in my mid-20s, that and the encouragement of my wife Maria. In 2008, I was fortunate to be offered a place in Victoria University's professional writing and editing course. This opened a pathway which led to me falling in love with learning. I was able to work with talented and inspiring program facilitators and course coordinators, and was provided with opportunities to not only work on my craft of creative writing, but also develop my communication, collaboration and networking skills. My 2 years in the PWE course gave me confidence and enthusiasm to keep striving for what I wanted and for what made me happy in life. It was the birth of my first son, William, which brought me back to VU in 2011, this time to study a Bachelor of Arts and Graduate Diploma in Education, where my passion for writing was quickly overtaken by a passion for learning. My lecturers and tutors sparked a fire in me, and I was suddenly more curious about the world around me. I developed a thirst for knowledge and understanding. While this was happening, education was also beginning to open doors. I was encouraged to apply for a position with the Student Learning Unit, where I was able to use my skills and experience to help support the learning of my fellow students as a writing space mentor. I was able to contribute to the Student Union magazine as a guest writer and editor, and I was even awarded an academic scholarship. When I was a teenager, I never thought of university as an option. It wasn't on my radar. If I had known then what I know now, that would have been different. My experience at VU set me on a path of lifelong learning, and my education has been opening doors for me ever since. I now work with the North Melbourne Football Club's award-winning community organisation, The Huddle, where as Head of Education and Careers, I get to work with people aged 12 to 25, many from disengaged backgrounds and many from newly arrived or emerging communities. Our aim is to support them to learn, grow and belong within their communities by providing sport and recreation, education and career, digital skills and civic participation programs designed to support and enhance their learning and connection to community. I personally hope to instil in the people I work with the desire to become lifelong learners themselves. On the wall of my son's classroom, there is a banner which reads, "A child's mind is not a container to be filled, but rather a fire to be kindled." Educators need to provide not only the kindling, but also the spark to create that fire. You will do that through the relationships you form, the care and understanding you provide, and the enthusiasm you display for those you work with. I have 2 boys now. The youngest, Lewis, is only 3. It is my hope that they will both recognise the value of education earlier in life than I was able to, so they can possess the skills and understanding they will need to follow their dreams and passions as adults. It is my hope that I will inspire them to question the world around them, explore it, discover it, understand it, and be better people for it. I also hope that you can do the same for all of the people in your lives as well. Thank you, congratulations, and I wish you all the best in your futures.
Thank you, John. I would now like to welcome our Deputy Chancellor, Ms. Gay Hamilton. Gay is a member of the University's Council, which guides the strategic direction of the University. She is representing the Chancellor at today's ceremony. Welcome, Gay.
Thank you, Naomi, very much indeed. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, staff, graduands, families and friends, I warmly welcome all of you to today's graduation ceremony. And today is a day to celebrate. You have all taken the opportunity that Victoria University has offered, and with hard work and determination, you have now achieved success. You have demonstrated a capacity to set goals and to achieve them. You've shown persistence and determination. You've learned the art of juggling priorities, and many of you have overcome challenges in order to complete your studies. These are not just qualities that have enabled you to gain your well-earned qualification. They are qualities that will assist you as you build your career. Getting to today's ceremony is one of many successes you will enjoy in life. Be proud of what you've achieved. And know that your parents, families, friends, and all of the staff who've been a part of your time with us are equally delighted with what you have attained. You are graduating from a world-class university that is ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide. It is also ranked at number 53 of the thousands of universities that are less than 50 years old, and this comes from the prestigious Times Higher Education World Rankings. This gives prestige to your qualification, and you can proudly claim that you are a graduate of one of the world's top universities that has done its best to equip you to meet the needs of our 21st century world. 2018 has been a big year for the growth and development of Victoria University. The revolutionary Victoria University block model continues to have a positive impact on our students, with pass rates up significantly and more students than ever achieving distinctions and high distinctions. We're now in the process of extending the block model throughout the rest of our courses. This is a further step in our continuing efforts to provide the best possible education for our students that you have been the beneficiaries of. VU was born in and proudly remains part of the west of Melbourne. While our reach and our aspirations are now global, we remain focused on our vision to deliver value by uplifting the communities in which we operate. This includes making exciting changes to our campus footprint that benefit both our students and the community. We are developing the City West precinct, creating one consolidated, distinctive city campus in a VU tower at Queen Street. And that will forge an even closer connection between the university presence on the western fringe of the CBD and our campuses across the west of Melbourne. We are building the Sunshine Skills Hub, a state-of-the-art training facility that will use leading-edge technology to deliver advanced training for tomorrow's workforce. It will also increase collaboration with industry partnerships and refresh and strengthen the local community, reinvigorating TAFE in the west of Melbourne. We're also greatly expanding the TAFE facilities on our Werribee campus to train workers on Victoria's largest road and rail infrastructure projects. And we're doing this in partnership with the companies that are responsible for building those major projects. We're also absolutely delighted that the new Footscray Hospital will be built on our Footscray Park campus, which will create a world-class health and education precinct in the West. It will involve our College of Health and Biomedicine, the College of Sport and Exercise Science, and the Institute of Health and Sport. It is a significant addition to the VU vision of creating Footscray, the university town, as well as bringing substantial health and community benefits throughout our entire west of Melbourne heartland. A significant achievement in the College of Arts and Education is the considerable progress made with the Footscray Learning Precinct. As a founding partner, VU and the college are helping to lead the introduction of high-quality education services across all stages of learning, from the early years through to tertiary education and training and beyond. In turn, the Learning Precinct will help transform education in Footscray and further strengthen the relationship between the College of Arts and Education and key partners throughout the west of Melbourne. Our highly successful Masters of Teaching secondary course, which has introduced a new delivery model in its specialisations, is an innovation in how students learn. In the new approach, the curriculum is now delivered by practising secondary school teachers in true partnership with academic staff. The success of this model has encouraged the college to introduce the approach at undergraduate level from 2019. The college has also enjoyed success in research, which will deliver direct and tangible benefits to VU partners. Associate Professor Tim Corney won $250,000 from Vic Health for the development of an intervention to reduce the incidence of binge drinking by university-aged students. Obviously, none of them at VU. And also, he's using this money for research on the prevention of gendered violence. Similarly, Professor Robin Broadbent has been granted $500,000 as lead researcher on an $11 million Victorian Government social impact initiative to support very vulnerable young people to complete their secondary schooling. And we've heard from John just how very important that is. Today, however, is all about all of you, all of our graduating students. You are the next generation of thinkers and doers who will solve local and worldwide challenges and who will make your mark on the world in so many different sectors. As you graduate and leave us to embark on your career, consider how you might use the skills that you have acquired to strengthen the communities from which you have come or the new communities you are destined to become part of. Today, over 300 of you will graduate. I encourage you to remain connected to the VU community as a member of our Alumni Association in order to continue to build your personal and professional networks. I have absolutely no doubt that you will all be wonderful ambassadors for Victoria University. Congratulations, all of you, once again. To the family and friends who are all here today, having braved this morning's rather strange weather conditions, I remind you that this is a celebration. And so we want to hear you clapping, cheering, stamping if you like, to make sure that you, as loudly as possible, ensure every graduate knows that they are celebrating a great success today. Graduands, would you please stand? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think you're all going to get an A grade for cheering and clapping, which is fantastic. We have been calling you graduands. That's because, as yet, you've not quite graduated. Now comes the actual short but very important part of this ceremony, where you go from being graduands to graduates. I call upon the Chair of the Academic Board, Ms Deb Tyler, to present the authorised record of all conferred graduates for this ceremony and in absentia. Thank you, Deb. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Victoria University, I admit the duly authorised graduates to the appropriate awards and to all the rights, and privileges of those awards. Congratulations, all of our graduates. Graduates, whilst you're standing, what I'd like you to do is turn around and face your family and friends and give them a round of applause for helping you get here today. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Deputy Chancellor. I call upon the Vice President, Sustainable Industries and Livable Cities, who's also the Dean of the College of Arts and Education, Professor Rob Strafty.
Deputy Chancellor, I'm honoured to present the graduates from the College of Arts and Education. The Diploma of Education Studies, Nurmeen Ali. Emily Marie Kasser. Phoebe Corbett. Patricia Apenas. Nicholas Francis Fitzpatrick. Wendy Galdemez. Erin Susan Goose-McCain. Fatima Shihana Hussain. Sarah Jones. Alana Mitchell. G'day Fajar Nanda JJ. Angela Ovahi. Great to hear some noise. Well done. It's a celebration of our fine students, so bring it on. Well done. Isabella Penzi. Renee Rain. Ebony Rowe. Napat Tana Pumskill. Amen Tiba. Woohoo! Narina Tigafua. Imre Kuksel. The Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Education, Alicia Emily Genovese. A Bachelor of Education, Kusa Abbas. Amina Alec. Rebecca Ann Allen. Jessica Rose Attard. Narua Bakarakat. Emily Louise Barnes. Emily. Monique Kimberly Bara Rohr. Kate Barrett. Michelle Lorraine Bartlett. Tori Norell Barton. We have a staff member today graduating, Justin Clive Beckley. Well done. Our valedictorian, Natalie Marie Burton. Frank Bono. Volatia Bokskoska. Just give a moment to catch up. Ashley Taylor Braybrook. Sarah Mindy Braz. Zoe Elise Bronkonicki. Stephanie Margaret Buck. Andrew Barafato. Tyler Jade Bai. Wei Chai. Emily Amanda Calendra. Abby Marie Callahan. Jake Anthony Kelleher. Georgia Christine Campbell. Woo-hoo. Andrew Casme. Sarah Jane Catini. Morua Chahad. Matthew Chang. Another VU staff member today, Laura Stephanie Christel. Woo-hoo. Sophie Rebecca Clark. Maggie Ann Collins. Michaela Jade Kose. Lisa Camila Camendo. Mark Aaron Cunningham. Anitio Dariel. Sarah Michelle Darcy. Alicia Davis. Alicia Delgado. Adam Peter Devonish. Sorry, Peter. Vanessa Jade Guy Cormel. Peter Anthony Dickinson. Leah Dimitrakakis. Rachel Sharon Dodd. Jade Rebecca Dortmans. Jessica Louise Duffy. Emma May Dunstan. Joseph Holland Dwyer. Rewa Edel. Marie Isabel Al-Bazi. Sarah Ali Al-Hali. Lisa Eamon. Tom Evans. Brooke Emily Evans. Kirsten Julia Falzon. Salvatore Farfalla. Sarah Megan Faruya. Sarah Perry Farugia. Laura Marie Ferguson. Rebecca Ferraro. Gabrielle Jane Forrest. Jenny Gaetanis. Adrian Garlito. Stacey Kelly Gultz. Alana Vanessa Garci. Christina Georgilos. Kostas Georgiou. Natasha Marie Jorbopoulos. Samuel John Godfrey. Woohoo! That's it, some noise, good stuff. Sam Oliver Golden. Stacey Jane Gorkowski. Siddhant Gaunda. Anthony Granata. Julia Ellen Gribble. Hayley Natalie Grycook. Madeline Hale. Milkayla Elizabeth Hamilton. Naomi Louise Hanlon. Nicholas Andrew Harkins. Jacob David Harkins. Amina Anna Hazem. Monica Ann Henry. T. True Tra Ant Ho. Sorry. Amelia Jane Holmberg. Christopher Howard. Shannon Kate Hume. Jason Corey Hutchison. Brianna Italiano. Nathan Brent Jameson. Robert Jankowski. Jessica Annette Janis. Another VU staff member, Vidhuran Jogathanam. Or something like that. Rebecca Johnson. Rachel Lynn Jones. Mohammed Jamal Karkour. Dylan Kaya. Alison King. Oscar King. Sophia Kokidis. Firaid Kuafi. Connor Lacey. Carly Jane Lake. Sangi Tami Lama. Well done, Victoria. Victoria Ashley Lang. Bianca Louise La Rubina. Well done, Dean. Dean Lee. Brandy Libel. Mitchell Layton. Georgia Alexandra Jean Lindsay. Stefania Lepoma, sorry. Madison Sarah Lomagitlo. Tanya Renee Looney. Jason Louis. Taylor Ann Lynn. Harrison McKenzie. Hassan Mansour. Marina Maskiskuska. That was miles away. Sarah Therese Mason Stockwell.
Olivia.
Hey? Olivia. Olivia Mete. Gemma Mary Matthias. Jessica Jane Felt McCarty. Talisha Rose McElman. Olivia Micel. Pablo Andres Miguel. Samantha Ann Miller. Bianca Jane Mills. Tasneem Mohammed Ali. Jack Ryan Maloney. Jade Alicia Moore. Selma Murad. Nida Musa. Charlene Muscat. Sarah Naman. Kate Louise Nicolau. Julian O'Reilly. Georgia Nicolette Pango Paulolas. James Anthony Payne. Manjulata Paravastu. Christine Mai Parkle. Logan Mitchell Pearson. Anna May Palizia. Another VU staff member, Joseph Min Palm. Sasha Marie Philippou. Tamara Jane Pierce. Michael Stephen Perry Humbert. Ashley Kim Pike. Bianca Lucia Pistone. Marnie Beth Platt. Anne-Laurie Prautdet. Rachel Ellen Prince. Emma Louise Poisalia. Hayley Pupetti. Aidan Craig Quinn. Reba Shag Hale. Chloe Sarah Riley. Madison Ann Riddle. Matthew Allen Robinson. Therese Warhan. Hasina Sadiq. Christina Selvam. Jake Andrew Sharp. Isabella Anna Smozaz. Jamie Alexandra Sinesi. William Mark Southall. Emini Solu. Cherie Renee Spiteri. Jennifer Spiteri. Laura Joy Steele. Shai Stringer. Sarah Jane Sullivan. Laura Marie Suti. Monique Annette Sims. Nina Tag Hadassi. Holly Rose Thomas. Annabelle Toro. Tam Kwai Tran. Nok Lin Kimberly Tran. Georgia Isabel True. Kirk Stephen Tuavai. Travis Turnstall. Ami Cheryl Underwood. Tuba Uzan. Darcy James Valance. Joshua Vanderberg. Pamela Vasilidis. Jared Luke Voigt. Stephanie Amy Webb. Alex Welch. Kari Noel White. Hannah Rose Wilson. Marina Lee Wallace. Eliza Jane Wright. Ashley Mary Verstenik. Bernadette Waika. Sira Yavezjans. Tucci Walich. Tamara Yukanis. Georgia Zikos. We now have graduates from the Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood at Primary. Lindsay Jane Abbottson. Sasha Lynn Ahan. Renee Rose Avery. Emily Louise Baldwin. Emilia Burzins. Dylan Anthony Bizzle. Juliana Bizjack. Alexandra Sophia Bland. Cara Michelle Bottrell. Danielle Brown. Ashley Kane. Sharon Unetta Campbell. Chelsea Louise Catherine Cannon. Kurgay Cat Tech. Samantha Louise Serira. Sarah Chakuk. Jacinta Jane Claridge. Jennifer Costa. Rachel Louise Cremona. Melissa Jade Curry. Marianne Davis. Tanissia Tess Dizra. Hilma Damaris Diaz. Dilek Don Mez. Rima Albana. Reese Jordan Elred. Jacinta Tonia Ferrero. Ilsa Finger. Litza Antoinette Full Luss. Marina Kirsten Gaidos. Emily Gallagher. Jessica Gatt. Monica Gattas. Melissa Joanne Gigluto. Stephanie Elizabeth Grimer. Olivia Guzman. Cassandra Hopman-Smith. Stephanie Hull. Sophia Kanakotonakis. Olivia Josephine Carvunos. Tina Calidis. Jessica Koshaba. Jada Kusila. Hannah Kuba. Alexandra Lebrano. Brooke Evelyn Litton. Jessie Mai Reed McKinnon. Natalie Mark Simpson. Annie Lee McAlpine. Emily Jean McAnally. Daniel Malik. Susan Mockbell. Kendra Charlotte Maloney. Rachel Elizabeth Moon. Inam Musa. Ruby Lambell Nukwa Nukwin. Christine Newen. Marianne Nissen. Erin Jane O'Connell. Deanna Omseen. Uslem Odemir. Elif Ozturk. Amanda Marie Pankwick. Jaden Daniel Papatua. Rachel Parsons. Courtney Elizabeth Patterson. Laura Elizabeth Phillips. Jessica Marie Pope. Frida Rose Pasella. Ashley Jennifer Reynolds. Sirim Dila Rafat. Rhiannon Nicole Rigby. Danielle Josephine Seckel. Salis Saleh. Britley Salvo. Latifi Satije. Emma Hope Smart. Tamika Loris Sola. Sarah Louise Spiteri. Chloe Stokes. Centane Michaela Stopford. Neha Tibak. Madison Grace Taylor. Tamika Thompson. Tegan Ginny Rose Thornycroft. Erin Tobin. Rachel Tresize. Laura Trianal. Victoria Vanderbeek. Dianella Vrensik. Montana Elizabeth Vendrell Missy. Sherelle Marie Zammit. Natalie Zammit. We're now congratulating the graduates from the Bachelor of Education, Peter 12, Emil Flynn. Tuba Ustunia. Hayley Brooke Kumondi. Tegan Elizabeth Mitchell. Just the last student. Deputy Chancellor, an aggregate degree is awarded to a student who has completed a substantial part of the course at a high level but has passed away before completing the course. The aggregate award of Diploma of Education Studies is being conferred posthumously on Sophie Jane Ellis. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates from the College of Arts and Education.
Thank you, Rob. I now invite our valedictorian, Natalie Burton, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Natalie graduates today with a Bachelor of Education, Peter 12. She is a mature-age student with two teenage sons in Year 9 and Year 10. She has previously undertaken a Bachelor of Business and has worked as an integration aide in a secondary school. Natalie participated in the National Exceptional Teaching for Disadvantaged Schools program and chose to complete the Bachelor of Education so that she wouldn't be limited to secondary teaching. She aims to have every single one of her students become the very best version of themselves. Welcome, Natalie.
Deputy Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, University Council, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, fellow graduates, family and friends, good morning. My name is Natalie Burton, and I am beyond honoured to give this speech on behalf of all graduating students. Quite frankly, I was rather worried when I was asked to give this speech, not particularly because I feared that I would have to keep my sense of humour in check, but because I felt the pressure to deliver a speech on behalf of today's graduating class of the Bachelor of Education. A group of graduates who are intelligent, caring, and above all, people who have chosen to undertake one of the most important roles in a child's life, that of their teacher. No matter where we have come from, no matter our backgrounds, we all have one thing in common. We are the future educators of today's children. And in that, we can make a difference. We can be the difference. Because of us, there will be students who don't give up. For it is my firm belief that every child can learn and that every child is gifted. They just unwrap their packages at different times. So what led me to complete a Bachelor of Education? Growing up, I always wanted to be a teacher, but in a twist of fate, after Year 12, I decided to study a Bachelor of Business Administration and graduated from RMIT in 1997. In 2000, I married my very best friend Jo, and in 2002, the next best thing happened. My son Nathan was born, followed shortly by Jaden. Becoming a mother changed my entire perspective on life and made me an emotional mess. And I soon realised that these two gorgeous boys were far more important to me than my career. I stayed home with them until they began primary school, and soon after secured 1 day a week in a school library. Not content with the 1 day, I decided to undertake a course in integration support, which led me to securing further hours as an integration aide. And it was through doing this that my passion for teaching resurfaced. I realised that I wanted to and could make a difference to children's lives, and I wanted to be in a higher position to do so. In 2014, I applied to VU as a mature age student, and I still remember the day I read my acceptance email. I was pretty excited. The past 4 years have been, at times, quite testing. I did have moments where I questioned what I was doing. Studying full-time whilst raising teenage boys has had its challenges, but I was never, ever alone. I've mentioned him before, and I'm going to mention him again. My husband, Jo, has been my rock. There is no way I could have completed this degree without him. He even found his inner master chef and began cooking on weekends, and we have been spoilt by his many culinary delights, although my boys may disagree with this. And my boys were always there for me. My boys were always there for me when I had many self-doubts, reassuring me that it would all be worth it. Now here I am, having finished the degree and feeling completely honoured and astounded to be standing here before you all as valedictorian. 4 years ago, we all began our journey at VU to become teachers. 4 years ago, some of us did not know who we were, whilst others knew exactly who they were, as well as the person they were working to be. 4 years down the line, a lot of that has changed. We have learned not just the requisite coursework, but also a lot about ourselves. We have survived the days, the assignments, the units, and the exams that we once thought would be the reason why we would not graduate. Looking back, we have a lot to be thankful for. For starters, we recognise the endless support given by our parents, carers, partners, and in some cases, our children. We also have the people who make up this wonderful institution to thank, from the maintenance personnel to the faculty administrators, the lecturers, the canteen staff, and, most importantly, the baristas, and the general university administration. We need to thank all of our teachers who took the time to answer our emails and provide us with the guidance we so desperately needed. As a cohort, we need to thank the staff in our partnerships office who have worked tirelessly to find us placements so we can transfer the theory we learn into practice. We cannot forget to thank those friends who answered our panicked messages about what needs to be done to fulfil the criteria of an assessment task or what happened in the class they missed. We cannot express our full thanks, but hopefully these words are a good start. Personally, I would like to acknowledge a few specific staff members. From our very first year, Gwen Gilmore. I'm sure my fellow St Albans originals will join me in acknowledging Gwen in all she did to ensure our transition to university was a smooth one. She was always readily available and promptly answered our many emails. Sue Ferguson is another staff member I would like to acknowledge for always being available and ready to answer any queries and provide advice. Both of these staff members have moved on to greener pastures, but if they are listening, I want them to know that they will be remembered. On a personal note, I would like to sincerely acknowledge Peter Thomas, who is not here today, and I'm not happy about it. who knew me very well before he even met me. Thanks to my incessant emails, Peter had no choice but to acknowledge my existence before I even began classes at VU. He was my go-to guy, always ready with advice and answers, and I was beside myself when I discovered he would finally teach me in third year. Fast forward to this past year, and I would like to acknowledge Legia Pelosi, who has been my fourth-year champion. Your professionalism, knowledge, and unending support has been invaluable. Together with Joanne Hopkins from our Partnerships Office, the support and encouragement you have both shown me is simply immeasurable. You both had faith in me when I was struggling to find it, and because of you, I didn't give up. As we close this chapter of our lives and move on to the next, degree in arm, there is a lot we risk. We risk oblivion. We risk making the wrong choices. We risk disappointing those we care about. But more than that, we risk failing by not trying. Despite us having our degrees, let us remain open to learning. The truth is that having a degree does not mean we have our lives figured out, nor that we are infallible. So we will make those mistakes, we will inevitably disappoint people we care about, and we will make the wrong choices here and there. But in all of these, let us always look for the lesson to be learned. I'd like to close by saying university is something you complete, but life is something you experience. Don't worry about your grade, results, or success. Success is defined in a myriad of ways, and you will find it, and people will no longer be grading you. It will come from your own internal sense of decency. And so, your opus isn't just what you do, it will be the legacy of what you have become. In the words of one of my favourite actors, Robin Williams, no matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. Carpe diem, seize the day, make your lives and the lives of your students extraordinary. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Natalie. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Peter Dawkins AO, to read the charge to our new graduates.
Deputy Chancellor, can I ask all of the new graduates to stand, please? First of all, may I add my congratulations to you all on your graduation. Well done. Now I will read out the Victoria University charge to our graduates. I charge you as graduates of Victoria University to uphold our commitment to excellence in the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities in your chosen occupations and industries and in your further studies. To engagement by the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities for the benefit of local and global communities. And to access, along with equity and respect, by the way you connect with people from diverse countries, cultures, socioeconomic and educational backgrounds. Let it be known that you are now a graduate of Victoria University, defined by a commitment to excellence, engagement and access in everything you do. I charge you to make a difference to the world by modelling these values and behaviours and by being courageous in the way you play your part in solving problems in your work and in the broader community. And well done again. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. I would now like to welcome back our Deputy Chancellor, Ms. Gay Hamilton, to offer her final congratulations.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I offer our sincere congratulations to all who've received an award at this ceremony. Now, previously, I asked the graduates to stand and congratulate the people who'd helped them. Now I ask the graduates to remain seated while I ask everyone else to stand up and give them the best standing ovation of all time. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Deputy Chancellor, that brings to a close the formal proceedings of this graduation ceremony. I would like to acknowledge and thank family, friends and VU colleagues who have also joined in today's celebration via our online live stream. Thank you. On behalf of the Deputy Chancellor, I extend an invitation to all graduates and guests to join her and the University Procession in the VU on level 4 for refreshments. For safety reasons, I ask guests to remain in their places until the University Procession and our new graduates have left the atrium. Guests will then be invited to leave once the procession and all graduates have departed. Would everyone now please stand?